All right, everyone. The 2-card set.
We're back.
You guys remember we did a podcast about like 5 years ago? It feels like that.
Minimum 5 years ago.
But, after popular demand.
Due to popular demand.
we decided to do it again.
We decided to do it again. But this time around, we're going to be doing it a little bit differently. I know last time we did a bunch of NBA previews. But this time around, I'm going to let Hakeem introduce it.
Yeah, we're just going to be doing a fantasy roast session. And this is just for our own fantasy league. So, we've been playing Fantasy League for about 7 years now.
7 years.
Yeah.
Seems like 15 with your brother.
So, the way it is, it basically breaks down is it's a 12-man league, and, you have one commissioner.
Who might that be, bro? Who might that be? Please, you couldn't wait to get that one.
Well, I'm the commissioner
Who is
this
the
year.
commissioner?
I'm the commissioner this year, but... it's alternated. Like, Tony had a shot at it. Tamer was the first commissioner because he started this whole
And the best commissioner.
This whole debacle. And, we'll get to that in a second. But to give you a brief history, so first season, Mina Davis won the championship after we robbed Danny Youssef blind for this trade. I don't know if Danny was even cognizant of what trade he was making at the time.
Just give the history. Who won the rings? First season was you and your brother.
Me and my brother. Second season was me and Tony. Me and my brother versus Tony in the final. We were like we barely made playoffs, winning the 5-4 strategy, but Tony ended up winning in the final.
Let's go, T.
I think third season was Sharif and Tony
in the final.
And Tony lost
second place.
in the
Tony
final.
strikes again. Second place. Tony strikes again.
He got second place this time. So Sharif won it, and then the third season.
Was that your
No, fourth season.
Okay,
So the fourth
okay.
season, I guess I don't know what happened, but Tamer, got fed up with it. Tamer was a commissioner for the first 3 seasons, and then
strike short in the season.
this Tamer handed it off to Tony. Tony made everyone make playoffs, and then Davis finished 12th.
This was the Northwest Park Recreation.
Yeah.
League? Oh my god. Participation trophies for everyone. All right.
Davis finishes 12th with a whole injured team. He ends up making playoffs because that was the rule. And he goes on a tear spree wins the championship and decides to cuss out Tony because he thought he was sick. Like an imbecile. So that was the fourth season?
Yeah.
Fifth season was
2 years ago. There was no. It was just strike short in season. Pizza's here. Strike short in season was season 5, where no one won. Where no one won the ship. Last season we have Hakeem auto draft. Ask Hakeem.
Joe auto draft.
Joe's auto draft team ran by Hakeem, who beat me and Tony in the ship, which was just.
Hey, bro, let me tell my championship story, okay? While the pizza.
Walking in with a large pizza, dog.
So, so what? Fifth season was Tamer decided.
The strike short season, yeah. And
Tamer had a nervous meltdown, right?
Nervous meltdown, you guess you can call it that.
Or whatever he had. He decided to blow up the whole league.
Blow up the league.
At Sissy's direction.
Right.
And then sixth season, I won off a straight auto draft trade. What?
Auto draft. Was it your team that you auto drafted? No, it wasn't even your team. It was Joe's team. Shout out Joe, by the way. The real champ. Shout out Joe.
Yeah, he's getting married on May 27th. Keep your calendar open.
keep your calendar open. But
save the date.
But anyway, fast forward to this last season. Hakeem won. Now we're talking about season 7, which brings us to where we're at now.
Okay.
We've had a revolving door at who the 11th and the 12th team is.
This year we got a special guest of Mark Marcos and Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse Bichet. Shout out to Bichet.
Drake.
Isaiah Thomas Bichet. But yeah, we're just here. We play 9 categories. We have the basic 8. Instead of turnovers, we play field goals made. We reward buckets. We all like buckets. We're just buckets all day.
Right.
So
that was the info for all the people who are not in this league.
Yeah, that was just a little quick recap of all of that.
Yeah, if you decided to waste your time and you want to hear something, this for the people who wanted to learn about our league. So for the people in our league, let's go for a recap about what the hell has been going on.
Draft day, Johnny Manziel, Cena.
We really should have like a league type show for us.
Anyway, let's just catch up, everyone. So Hakeem's birthday happens to fall on the same weekend as the draft. So the day before the draft, Hakeem decides to have everyone come over with their sleeping bags and have a little slumber party for his 30th birthday. 30th birthday, he has a slumber party at his house. Sick.
We go to a college night at Yoist Theater.
30-year-olds at a college night. I mean, say no more.
And Reggie decides to grind up on a straight 17-year-old for a good 30 minutes. And it was on Snapchat and Instagram.
It was bad.
And then she left.
That was
No, and then she left after 30 minutes, and Reggie got so sad.
He got depressed. That's when Reggie decided to discover that he had a little Reggie down there. Little Reggie woke up and was just like, "Yo, I'm down."
Yeah, and Matt was supposed to come, but of course he ran out of gas as he was driving, and he had to have Siva come help him.
And only these things happen to us. I, on the other hand, was diligently prepping the night before, knowing that I didn't want to be at a slumber party with 30-year-olds.
So
we get birthday. We get to your house. We do the draft, and I get there I think at 10, and I'm just on one. I'm just ready to go. Let's just rage. I grab the nearest bottle of Fireball, and I'm just pouring shots after shots after shots after shots.
And who'd you pour shots?
By 11 o'clock, your boy Sina Nurkic is just absolutely hammed up.
Bro, you can get drunk all you want, just don't get others down with you.
I mean, Matt handled his. T had some shots. Joe had a wedding to go to. He took shots before you rolled out.
Yeah, Joe was there.
It was your birthday. You took shots. Cena just, I guess, came in on an empty stomach. I don't know, man. It was just something else.
I mean, his first draft pick was Rudy Gobert.
10th overall pick, Rudy Gobert.
the guy who averages 9 points a game.
First overall. I mean, if Rudy Gobert is supposed to be your best player, then this is it's not a good look for you. It's not a good look for you.
Open up this pizza real quick. What we got? Ooh, this looks real good.
Oh man.
Anyway, so the ironic part of this whole day was that Tamer, who started this whole league,
Oh my god.
wasn't in our league for like the first season.
So I had begged Hakeem to put Tamer back in the league.
Oh,
begged
gosh.
him. We couldn't find an 11th person. We couldn't find a 12th person. I begged Hakeem to put Tamer back in the league. He says no. Tamer decides to go play basketball that day. Actually, fully ruptures his Achilles. Like, I get pictures of his Achilles looking shredded, diced, and sliced. Like, he's had surgery, so I blame you for Tamer not having an Achilles.
I mean, he didn't reach out to anybody. If you would have,
reached out to me, bro. He reached out to me. He was so butthurt.
Tamer, we got love for you. If you really want to come
Shout out
back,
Tamer,
you always
man.
got a spot. But
Shout out Tamer.
you got to come and holler, you know? I mean, but you didn't even tell him why, he didn't come around. I mean, that season when I auto-drafted, we were hit by a terrorist attack. Him and Rami Gurgis decided in the middle of the draft to
Drop
just
bombs.
drop bombs and drop out of the league.
It was
in the middle of it, and demand that the whole draft be retaken.
It was rather annoying, but
Of course
it is
not.
what it is. It happened, and we move on. I digress.
Yeah, we had to take a 12-man league and make it into a 10-man league with an untouchable list
Oh
and
my
all
God.
that.
And your true first active commissioner, you completely
Yeah, I was straight
destroyed
George W. Bush on 9/11. I had to hold it down for the country. I straight was the commander in chief, bro.
Oh god.
All right. So anyway,
so we're gonna move on to some of the other things that happened. So some of the trades.
Right.
So trades are always a hot topic of conversation in this league.
yeah,
I feel like nothing. And when I mean nothing, including trades that happens that involves a Dibus, ever goes through smoothly. Hakeem, you good, dog?
I'm going on this pizza. So yeah, we've always had issues with this trade because everybody hates on everybody. So we used to make vetoes. We have only 6 vetoes or whatever, and it would get vetoed, and everybody would just veto. So stupidest things would happen. So last year when I took over, I just said, all right, you know what? Most trades will go through. Even then, I still vetoed a couple of trades, and there was some drama. So, we had a very competitive league. I decided, let's just do it. Pretty much any trade goes through. As long as, 2 people really sat there and tried to make a trade. I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, that goes through, that doesn't go through. So, from the beginning, I said, trades are going to go through. So, of course, you think that would fix it, but of course not, because we're a bunch of little... Middle Eastern pipis who want to bitch about everything.
It's drama. What we did forget to mention was how much money's on the line. This is high stakes fantasy. This was $225 buy-in.
Put $25 a person.
$225 a person. This is a lot of money on the line. So of course, with anything that with money involved like this, it's going to be a hypersensitive situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
it is what it is. So every oh my god, every trade is a topic of conversation, right? And
Right.
so we're gonna start with one of the bigger ones. Let's talk about.
wait. Let's talk about. Okay.
You don't want to talk
Okay.
about. You don't want to talk about Tony Rowan,
Okay. All right. Let's start off with Tony Rowan.
guy who's not even in the NBA. He's not on a roster.
I mean,
He's
look.
not even in the D League.
All right.
He's not even in the
break down
league.
the trade. Break down the trade. No. Actually, let's get a guest. Let's get a guest interview in here.
We're gonna have.
quick.
We're gonna run some little bit of small ball. We're gonna run small ball.
Former commissioner.
We got Draymond Maximus, aka Tony Nassimus, aka is he saying you're St. George,
Thanks for-
aka second place.
Thanks
always.
for calling in, Tony.
What's up?
What do you got to say about
Speak on the Rowan trade.
The Rowan trade. All I have to say is Cena had high hopes for Tony Rowan. Decided to put a side bet with me that Tony Rowan would get a triple-double. I was so confident that Tony Rowan would not get a triple-double this season that I gave him 1 in 10 odds that would happen.
How much you bet?
And he was willing to bet me $100.
Wow, you put a G on the line.
just a triple double?
Just a triple-double.
You
for
put a
Tony
G on the
Rowan.
line.
I put a G on the line, knowing that Tony Rowan was going to be given for Gobert for 100% free. Free.
Wow.
10th pick overall.
Wait, no, hold on.
10th pick overall.
Tell me how you were saying that you thought this trade was like Tony, like you thought something was wrong, but then you found out that he actually offered him when he was healthy.
Yeah.
He offered him.
I mean-
not when he was injured. He actually offered him when he was healthy.
Clearly, when he offered the trade, he must have been drinking with Frog.
Yeah, clearly. I could have had a
Because-
fireball.
Because what it shows is Cena's intelligence in basketball.
Oh damn!
South Park, let's go.
Shots fired.
Let's
Shots
go.
fired.
I mean, if he could draft Rudy Gobert first and then trade Tony Rowan, what does that say about his basketball knowledge? I'm just asking you guys.
Damn.
I mean, look, I thought Tony Rowan was
Damn.
sick. Honestly, I mean, I drafted him. Sorry, I picked him up.
sick
for
enough
water.
to be not even in the D League.
Look, it's a Davis' fault.
What?
Davis had Rowan the year before, and he repped him.
He
Like,
also
was
had
sick
Yes,
as
Gobert.
hell.
It was like Gobert.
Who? Davis?
Yeah. Let's say Gobert.
I know, but he made him seem so sick that.
Who, by
Cena
the way,
thought was not up.
who he traded Gobert and Whiteside to for who?
He
To DeRozan,
He traded Gobert, Whiteside,
Covington, and
Covington.
Covington for
MCW.
MC. Oh my god, that gets me so mad. That gets me so irritated because we almost lost to DeRozan in the playoff.
know.
That is so irritating. Okay, anyway, I digress. So clearly, the basketball acumen of
Okay.
Cena's in question right now.
So what happened was Rowan, we make the trade. Gobert's hurt, but whatever, we knew that. But then Tony Rowan gets waived, and Cena does it. He's still riding him actually, but he's getting no stats from him. And Gobert just came back this week.
Team wave, dog. Team wave.
So anyway, so when that happened, this was the whole controversy. Everybody blew up. Actually, it was really just, I don't know. It was just Matt. Actually, he was the one that was pissed because, you know,
It was
I
the stupidest trade in history.
I think everyone in the league knew that
It was such a joke.
Yeah, that it shouldn't have even been offered. I think people are just looking at it like, what is this? Like, they didn't even, like, common sense says that's
What the
not
fuck?
a
Literally, what
trade
the
that
hell?
you
Yeah.
offer.
The
And-
10th overall pick for some D League
Okay, well, I don't know.
superstar.
That's Tony's opinion, but whatever it was, all it was is set the precedent that trades are pretty much going to go through, and it's on the owners, right? That's where we went through with it. So then after that came the biggest debacle of this whole trade saga, and that was
Which one is that? Your brother?
Davis.
How convenient. Your brother's in the middle of everything that's sketchy.
Davis is back.
Who do you trade with?
BG.
You're missing a letter. You're missing a letter. What is
Is
it?
it C? Is it K? Is it S? I don't know what it is anymore. He's changed it like 5 times, but Mr. Garris decided to trade with the Davis. And we get the trade, of course. The trade was Carmelo for Oladipo and Marc Gasol, right?
Right. And here's the basketball gods are going to work. Because you know what? Fuck a Davis and always fuck a Davis. You got spanked 7-2 that we were 6-3. By Sam. All because Melo went in on him.
Yeah.
All because Melo went in on him. It was just something. You can have scripted this. You can have scripted this any better. So T, talk about what do you think? What do you think about that trade? Like honestly, in your own professional basketball, you've been fantasy balling for I don't know how many years, a lot of years.
my thoughts were pretty strong on it, and those were what Hakeem mentioned, that it's on the owners and it's also on the league to have competent basketball knowledge playing fantasy owners. And
But why should I suffer as another owner in the league because of their stupidity? And
Right.
because my commissioner wants to,
Well, I had
abuse his
spoken with
powers.
the commissioner and gave him a heads up that, over the past seasons, this owner has had issues and shouldn't be in our league. If we haven't invited other players into the league,
Shots fired.
there shouldn't be that kind of opportunity.
So you're not
But he would still rather have him in the league instead of Tamer, who's now,
Right.
in rehab with his torn Achilles because of you.
Right. So my thought is, if you're able to get swindled into offering the trade to look at the numbers, you have to deal with the consequences.
That's something else. That's
So
something else.
backstory. So when this trade goes through, nothing happens at night. I just get a bunch of group texts from Cena and Frog and whoever cussing the trade. The next morning, I get blown up by Sam saying, "Oh my God, what the hell's going on? This was Davis hustled me. This was just a trade, like to just look at the numbers or whatever." Of course, I listen to him. Whatever, I run it by Davis. Davis says, "What the hell is Sam talking about?" So even if
Mind you, this is your own brother.
right, so
This screams collusion.
Who has swindled
many times.
multiple
Many
people.
times. You mean your brother went to as far as an extent to even offer to live with Sam, gave him a rent deposit check,
Oh, yeah.
just to have this trade to go through, and then pull out at the last minute. That's what I will not put that past your brother. Your brother
Right.
will do that happily with open arms.
Oh yes, part of this trade was that I guess that was about to live with Sam, and after Sam realized that it was a horrible trade, he decided to tear up the contract. Oh, by the way, I'm actually getting a text from BGS right now. He's just
Live on the air.
He said, "You want to trade me for Jabari Parker, and Pekovic for Durant." This is live. I swear to you.
Repeat the trade.
Parker and Pekovic for Durant.
Wow.
Yo, do you want to look at the numbers? That's what I'm gonna respond.
Either way, that trade was a horrible trade, and just one of many trades in the past 7 years that we've had to deal with. And now that you're in charge, Hakeem, I feel like you need to do a better job of doing that,
Of doing what?
of policing it, making sure we have competent owners in the league. Because $225 is not a small chunk of change. This is a lot of money on the line for you to have just fools run around like this and do whatever. I think right now we're gonna phone in our resident bird expert.
Yeah, let's get another opinion on this. Let's see if he picks up.
Hello.
Live on the air. What's up, Reg?
Oh, am I on the two-guard set?
Welcome to the Two Guard Set, dog. So we're actually just talking a little bit about some of the trades that have been happening, and I just wanted to get your opinion on some of the trade. Are you retarded? All right, dude.
Our apologies. Our NSC owner just got an iPhone.
Yeah. Our commissioner doesn't even know how to use an iPhone, let alone run a league. So I mean,
Oh my god.
God, this is just another example of why you should not be commissioner.
Can you pause this? All right. Anyway, so Reggie actually. Okay, real quick. We're still talking about Sam, right? One step at a time.
Okay, so what did Sam do? What did Sam do post trade?
All right. So Sam makes up a
Post-trade.
story. I deny his request. I write this whole decision like a judge. I write this whole why Sam, doesn't work out, and then Sam decides to, throw a pussy fit, or what is it, or
There's a hissy fit. There's a hissy fit.
fit.
You literally called it pussy.
Whatever.
I've never heard that. You're literally making up shit. I've never heard that.
Reggie's back on the air, but
Sorry about that, Reg. So, Reg, you're trying to get your opinion on a couple of the trades I've gone through, and maybe as a commissioner.
no. First,
As a whole.
comment about Sam and his, his whole story about trading the numbers or looking at the numbers.
Well, this is a travesty. I mean, the fact that he would have thought anyone would believe that was actually what happened, it's just an insult to all our intelligence.
It is an insult. It's a rather quite big insult. But at the same time, what do you think of the actual merit of the trade? Whether that happened or not, should that trade have ever gone through?
Well, at the time, Oladipo wasn't starting. He wasn't playing very well, so you can make a case that it could go through.
Yeah, at the same time, everyone knows that Oladipo is being benched. Look, Evan Fournier is not going to start over Oladipo for the rest of the season. That's just a known fact.
But the trade didn't stink of collusion, and that's really the
What do you mean?
Go, Red.
What do you mean?
Go, Red.
He gave Adibas gave Sam a rent check and told him I'm gonna live with you if you make this trade with me.
No,
And then he pulled out. Do you not remember they're about to be roommates?
I don't really think that was the basis of the trade, though. I think it was the annual Sam gets ripped off and throws a hissing fit. It happens once a year.
Once a year.
It's expected.
So
You're right. Sam gets ripped off every year, and Adibas scums someone every year. This just happened to meet both requirements.
all right. So real quick. So Sam, of course, decides to try to make a protest. Decides to drop all his players. I freaking tell everyone, do not pick
I
up
did it before you
anybody.
did. I did it before you
Do
said
not
something.
pick
I
up-
did it before you
Do
said
not
it.
pick up Sam's player. Of course, Frog decides to drop $500 on Jeff Teague, and then
Well,
bitches.
look, all I have to say about this is, just like everything else in our league, it was horribly managed by the commissioner.
Horribly managed. Horribly managed.
Shots fired.
Let's go, Reg. Let's go, Reg.
First of all, we have a commissioner that has no control over his league.
No
Okay.
control.
No control.
No.
Frog, you should have been fined much more than whatever, $25. I was gonna pick up Marquise Morris, except for this stupid commissioner telling me I couldn't. And on top of that, he negotiates with terrorists.
He negotiates with terrorists. Straight up negotiates with ISIL. ISIS, Al Qaeda, all that shit. You are just the worst.
We have the Obama of fantasy commissioners.
Straight
He has
up,
no
bro.
idea what he's
Literally,
doing.
there's no person
Didn't
that's been
have a repeat term in office, but for some reason it happened.
It's all good. Look. At least I didn't get ripped off by the guy who traded me Gobert for Rowan.
Look.
That's you, Reggie. You sent Brandon out for a whack
Well,
ass.
if you look at Ibaka's numbers today, you'll see why I made that trade.
All right. So why did you make the why'd you make the Roy Hibbert for the D'Angelo Russell trade? Why did you do that one?
Okay, nobody can predict that Roy Hibbert's going to be this bad. I was extremely expecting.
I think Larry Bird did when he traded him.
Was it that trade was preseason, correct?
Preseason, before the
Season
season
hadn't
started.
started.
Yeah.
That was a preseason trade, yeah. You couldn't anticipate that D'Angelo would turn it on like this.
Right.
Yeah, Matt swindled you though.
That's literally the reason why you don't trade in the preseason, Reggie.
What's that?
That's why you don't trade in the preseason, Reggie. You know that.
Yeah, but I'm never very high on rookies.
But let's talk about your unprecedented run to the top of the table, to the top of the league.
Let's talk about it.
You danced with one girl at Hakeem's slumber party, and now your swag's just dripping all over the place. Is that what you mean to tell me?
Well,
You can't
I
deny
had
it,
a
Reg.
knockout draft.
Okay. He happened to be the only one that didn't drink that day because he had a conference.
Oh yeah, that's
A
right.
conference.
You had a quote unquote conference to go to San Diego right after
Yeah.
the draft, Reg?
All he was doing was going around just driving to San Diego, rolling with sissies, shotgun, just fucking feeding each other ice cream.
And I don't think there is no coincidence between the new drinking Reggie and the good fantasy basketball playing Reggie.
There you go. There you go. Call it like it is, T. Call it like it is.
All right, we're done with you, Reg. Thanks for calling in.
Thanks for calling in.
So-
All right, guys, thanks for having me.
All right, so that goes into the power rankings. Obviously, Reggie's number one.
See now on top, I mean, Steph and Lowry are pretty hard to.
Right,
What,
but
what do you
who's
think,
numbers?
T? What do you
He's
think,
got Steph, Lowry, Kawhi.
Kawhi.
Those are all
those are
top,
super,
at least
superstars.
top 20
Yeah.
players right now.
He's a top heavy team, and he's definitely doing well in a lot of
Yeah,
categories.
but I don't think like people like Ian Mahimi and what else did he have?
Johan Mahimi and Roy Hibbert.
Roy.
Roy Hibbert.
I
That's
don't
not. That's not how you. That's not how you win ships, Reggie.
Reg, you're gonna really have to clean up the bottom of the.
Coming in second is no other than your auto draft.
I mean, I'm the defending champ, and I'm right there making a
No,
claim
shout
for it.
out to Joe. Every time you see you're a champ, I'm gonna say shout out Joe because he actually won, and you literally had nothing to do with any of this.
So I'm at second place.
I have no idea
Who's
why.
balling for me? Come on.
Who is on your stupid team?
Draymond Green,
Kevin Durant, Draymond Green,
Brooke Lopez.
the most vanilla of vanilla players, Pau Gasol, Mr. 17 and 8 himself. Nothing more, nothing less. As sure as the sun will rise, we'll get 17 and 8. And a block.
Yeah. So
And no swag.
right now we're in the. We all played each other once, and I stand second. Reggie's first. Frog, you're third. The only reason you're third is because BGK.
Smacked me upside the head.
Don't forget about the C, actually.
You know, it's funny. What's the C stand for? What's the C stand for?
Crazy, dog.
Crazy.
Big
Little
crazy,
bit crazy.
K.
But you know, I got my boy Russ running the squad with Millsap. I got my white
So
boy
why'd
Gordon
you,
Hayward.
why'd you lose to him 9-0? Why'd you lose to?
Look, man, even
9-0?
LeBron misses. You know, even Chris Paul misses. It's just one of those things. We just.
Like Chris Paul? He's not even on your team.
I was gonna say Jordan, but whatever. Like you understand. It just happens. It is what it is. You know. Sometimes it be like that.
I'll tell you, your biggest come up is Jay Crowder.
Clam Crowder. Holla at me. What about Rodney Hood?
I don't know.
Whatever, man. Moving on. Who's in fourth? Ooh, the man himself.
BG. So he does all this. He literally almost threw himself out of the league while he's in fourth place.
Lit a
And
fire
he's
underneath him,
59-0,
dog.
and he decides to just
You guys lit a fire underneath him.
look.
That burns deep.
Carmelo isn't that bad. You know, like why would you risk a whole season, even if he got ripped off on the trade? You're in fourth place. You have LeBron and Melo.
But look, you
It's not like
pair
the
him
end
with
of the
LeBron.
season.
You pair him with Dwayne Wade. The guy's a good team.
Look, Marcus Gasol is not great. Let's just admit it.
No, he's
he's like Ibaka. He's a second rounder that shouldn't really be a second rounder. Right? All right.
Either way, who's in fifth? Matthew.
Oh, the hotline bling though.
Mr. Hotline Bling himself.
3 in 24 hours.
So Matt has a tendency to just pick players that are like him, coming down, do a little juke, shoot the ball, chuck and gun. You know what I'm saying?
I got you right
He
here.
switched up. He switched it all up.
after
this year.
6 years.
After
of
6 years of
fucking and shooting horrible field goal percentage.
averaging 38% from the field. Your boy Matt smartened up, was like, you know what? I got this. Picked every big man ever. He went Andre Drummond. He went DeAndre Jordan. He went
Cousins.
Boogie.
Whiteside.
And Rondo.
And then Rondo. He just has a nasty team. You know those gritty, grimy, like Alfred Payne's nasty. Marcus Smart is nasty. Rondo's nasty. It's just grimy ass fools that just randomly just
Freaking Drummond is so.
Drummond with his hairy shoulders.
With his hairy shoulders.
With his hairy ass
Dude,
shoulders.
he's got like freaking a fur coat on.
He loves it,
playing
man.
the game.
He's loving it. He's
So
loving
that's
it.
what we're rolling out with, Matt. I mean, look, you're all about style and swag, but
It is
you know, you're
what it
kind of
is.
gritty this season.
Yeah, you're getting it, man. You're getting it. Who's six? Two?
Sharif and Mina Marcos.
Oh my God. Are there any two that do less in the league than Sharif and Mina Marcos?
No, okay, look.
Sharif might do things.
Yeah, Mino Marcos doesn't do shit.
Does Mina Marcos do anything? Does Jack literally do anything?
Look, he was at my apartment visiting while he was like wedding shopping and stuff for venues, and he literally was going over games and he had no clue. We literally didn't talk one word fantasy, and he's going over, and I know it, and I don't say a word to him, and he doesn't make one mention of it.
Yes,
I'll tell
yes.
you this though, Sharif actually gave him the team for a week, and Matt Jack's only move was picking up Matt Barnes for like $20. Sharif right away, he was like, "Nah, yo, I'm coming back.
No.
I can't let this happen."
Who's even on his full team? He has Harden. He has Monte Ellis,
Butler, he has
Tim Duncan,
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy
Jimmy
Buttcheeks,
Butler, Valanciunas,
Jonas Valanciunas,
Reggie Jackson, Damari Carroll.
Ew. Oh, DeMarcio's out for the season, no?
He's out for a while. He has a decent team, but
6 to 8 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks. Might as well be.
he has a
Might
decent
as well
team. He's
be.
had some injuries, but
It's
I
just
don't think
massive.
it's gonna go anywhere, especially when your partner doesn't play.
All right.
So.
Now we're getting into the deep, nasty thick of things. Who's coming in hot?
D Rose, Frog's best
G
friend.
Rose. Yo, man, if you're listening to this, man, fuck you, dude. You fucking suck. You're the worst groomsman at Hakeem's wedding. You came in Hotline Bling before Hotline Bling even fucking existed. You're the worst dancer ever. Your girl's hurling your hair back as you threw up at the end of the night, 10 p.m. Fuck you and your team.
And your brother runs your team.
And your brother runs your team. Grow a fucking sock.
Those are not even shots. Those are Frogs dropping bombs
Those
on
are
you, D
fucking
Rose.
fighting words. See me. I'll come to Chicago and whoop your ass.
All right. With that being said, he does have Anthony Davis was injury prone. Eric Bledsoe was killing.
R.I.P.
And he's done.
R.I.P.
He has Isaiah Thomas. He has
Isaiah
Chandler
Thomas.
Parsons who's been turning it up.
Thad Young,
Thaddeus Young.
Thad Young. One other scorer, Rudy Gay.
Zach Randolph,
Rudy, I'm legally blind gay.
Yeah, Zach Randolph.
CJ McCollum.
CJ McCollum was
So
he's probably his best pick.
He's got a bunch of scores.
He got scores, but that's all he got. He got scores. Coming in after that, I think are the two rookies, no?
He's got-
Mark and Bichet?
Yes.
Coming in at 8.
8 is actually a Adibis. But it's a
oh god.
three-way.
It's a 3-way tie between you, Tony's team, Mark and Bichet's team, and Adibis' team. And this is what it looks like to just slug it out at the bottom of the brackets. The House of Garbs, you have fucking Mighty Mouse and Mark, and you have Adibis, the Scum Master himself. It gets real nasty down there.
Wait, so we're talking about Davis right now?
We're talking about all 3 of these fools.
Oh,
8,
yeah.
9,
All right,
They're
so
all tied.
let's start with Davis. So he had the worst, really bad draft. and he keeps denying it.
He started hard with Blake and
with Blake and Melo. But then he had like
K-Love,
Darren
Williams.
Darren Williams is always injured. Rose
Ricky
is always injured.
Rubio.
Rubio can't make a shot.
Your boy
Ant misses games. All these guys miss games, so it doesn't matter how.
Your brother. Oh my!
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday.
Minute restriction.
Listen, if he's drafting like it's the 2011 All-Star team.
Yeah, and then he pretends like Mina Saman's on his team.
And then he comes up and goes, if I hear Zaza Pachulia's name one more time, I'm not
gonna lie, Zaza's been kind of
one more. He's 10 and 10. What's up with Zaza? Though? What's up with Zaza? God, but it just I don't even want to. Adibus, fuck you, dude. Tony's team came out hard out the gate. He had Chris Paul, he had John Wall, he had Kyrie, just coming on hot with all these guards.
Honestly, it was like
on
a good
paper,
Tony always drafts hard, and he always drafts well, and then he always gets in the top rankings.
I spent a team with him last year. Excel sheets, rankings, tiers.
At a draft day at our place when we were drafting, he came in with like this binder of papers that he kept flipping through. I was like, what is going on? And you know what? We all thought he had a great draft, but fantasy doesn't work out just like by looking at the roster. They gotta play, and unfortunately, he's had some duds, man. Like Mirotic.
Speak on it, T. Speak on it. Let me hear what yourself.
No. He can't speak first. No. We got first. Okay, go ahead, Tom. Go ahead. Who sucks on your team? Why is your team not good?
They're just inconsistent. I'm also running into bad schedule.
Ooh, murderer's row.
We all played each other once.
No, but he went back to back.
Right. But
you, Reggie, and
I drafted Kyrie, and Kyrie hasn't played until Christmas, and playing the number one team the second week without your second, third best player is going to hurt you.
That's what happens.
So after starting out with a 7-2 victory, I go into Reggie and lose 7-2, go into Frog, lose 7-2. Have to look at the rest of the schedule to see how else I did, but I know I had pretty bad losing weeks and had to give that up to inconsistent players. Mirotic started out great, first day 20 points, looking good. Then couldn't find himself, couldn't find the basket. Chris Paul started off pretty slow too with his hurt finger and hurt his fingers all over stuff.
Okay, the winning ticket was sold in Chino.
Oh, it was close. Shout out to Chino, who won a Powerball.
Shout out to the $1.5 million,
If you want to fund our podcast,
winner.
2cardpodcast@gmail.com. All right, I see you. But you're making a strong push, and then your next couple of weeks is going to be about beating the guys ahead of you. So good luck to that. We have the two rookies, Bichet and Mark, sharing a team. Mark was actually in the league a couple years ago. Went on a hiatus because he hates all things. He hates this league. He hates us. He hates all of this. But he's back. He's rolling out with your boy Dame Dollar, Damian Lillard. Who else you got, Mark?
Chris Middleton, dog.
Chris Bugs Bunny Middleton with his.
If Al Jeff didn't die, I'd be fourth.
And Al Jeff.
Porzingis.
Oh, Chris tapping that ass. Chris tapping
Dwight Howard.
that ass. Dwight Howard. He just has a bunch of solid.
DeMar
pulls.
DeRozan.
Oh, shout out USC.
Future Laker right there.
Stop. Yeah, your team's good. It's
Al Horford plays like shit every game.
6'9" center Al Horford, shortest center in the league. But I mean, I think it's gonna one of you guys or two of you guys actually between you two and Adibus are gonna get left out in the dust.
That is about to be out this week.
So I hope for the best with that. Then coming into the bottom of the league, who's in 11th? B Show. Mr. I make you wait 2 hours, coming in sweaty ass head, draft like shit, make all of us wait, and then have the worst team.
You gotta give a background story, bro.
That's all on Reg.
That's all. Reggie, if you're listening to this, man, you suck. Shut the hell up.
You're horrible.
At everything. Honestly, at everything.
You don't know. Anyway, look, B Show actually has a good team.
Stuff like numbers, dog.
He is.
B Show actually has a good team, but he doesn't know how to freaking manage the IR. He hits me up like 2 months into the season and says, "Man, nobody told me how to manage the IR. Nobody know how to tell me
Figure it out,
how to."
dude.
Like, bro, this isn't like
It's 2 months. It's 2 months.
Like, Google it. Ask your friend. Ask Sammy. Do something. Like you can't just hit us up 2 months later and be like, "Oh, nobody told me." So you have a good team. You can still play if you want to make 9th place. or whatever, but you know, he just beat somebody. He beat Reggie.
He beat Reggie. Damn, that's what you get, Reggie.
That's what
Putting
you
your
get.
ass in your mouth.
That's what you get.
That's what
dog.
you
That's
get.
karma, dog. And then last
Last but not least, coming in 45 categories behind first place.
47.
47 categories behind first place. Your boy Cena Nurkic. Yo, Cena, man, if you listen to this, I'm really sorry. You can get me messed up whenever you want. I'll black out for you. I owe you one. I'll buy you a couple drinks. I'm sorry, man. Like it's been a rough season for Cena. But Rudy Gobert for Tony Rowan.
Tony Rowan.
For Tony Rowan.
I want my $100.
Yeah, pay T, man. It's about time. He gave you 10 to 1 odds too. So I think that's Hatch, you have any closing remarks? I think.
So between Tony, Adibis, Sharif, and DeRozan, who's gonna make the 7th spot?
I'm calling
Or Mark
actually Mark's team.
Yeah, I think Mark's
I think Mark's team has the most firepower to make that push.
Over
for
your
seven.
team?
I
Unless it
mean,
gets it together.
obviously, I feel like I have a chance, but looking at Mark's squad, they look pretty good, and I'm sure they have a more favorable schedule than I do. Probably playing Cena again, which I don't get Cena twice this
Team
year.
bye week,
So-
Cena.
I would put my money on Mark's team getting that 7th spot.
But I mean, 5th and 6th isn't locked.
Yeah, it's on a luck. And if the commissioner had booted BG, there would be an extra playoff spot also.
But no.
He decided to negotiate.
You get scared to deal with terrorists. Good work, dog.
So
Good work.
Who do you got going? Mark? You think Mark's still gonna make it?
I think
over Adibis and Tony?
Mark and Tony make it, and I think DeRozan drops out.
Wait, so why aren't you gonna make it? No, DeRozan I think will make it.
No,
DeRozan
AD's out,
7.
but- Look, AD's out constantly, and he has Eric Bledsoe dead. That's 2 of your first 3 picks. I don't think he can.
You don't think your team could salvage it?
I mean, I played DeRozan next week head to
That's a big
head.
win.
That's going to be a
That's a
big
big
matchup right now, but I'm struggling with Bisho's team playing really well right now.
Yeah.
So
All right.
I got my money on Mark, to be honest. If it's just one spot between us three, I would give it on
I
them.
agree. He dropped 700 points.
The
and
question
300
tonight.
rebounds.
The question tonight between me and Reggie, who gets the number one? Who gets the first week?
Oh
bye?
yeah, right? Because you're third. Right?
I'm third. I'm third. You're second. Oh, sorry, there's no back. What? Who gets the bye?
Between us three
Yeah.
or between just you two?
Who gets the bye?
I don't know. Trey,
Because
Reggie's 8
I
games
beat you.
ahead.
I beat you this week.
Let's
I'm right behind you.
jump back to the new seeding.
Oh
You
yeah,
guys talked about the bye for
we
most
forgot to
people
mention that.
for the
So-
first season.
7 teams make playoffs. First place gets a bye. 2 through 6 or 3 through 7, so 6 spots play each other,
And then
and this first
8 and 9 play for $75.
yeah 8 and 9 play $75. But so you think Reggie got that on lock? I hate to admit it, but I think he does.
Yeah.
He's a lot ahead, and there's not much time left.
What's the difference? He's got an 8-game lead.
He got 8 game on you. He has
11 on
11
you.
on me. But if I beat you this week, which I should,
If you beat me this week, then he's pretty much a lock.
Yeah.
So damn, Reg.
damn Reg swagging out.
Damn.
Little Reg coming out to play. I see you,
I
bro.
hate you though. I just hope Bisho beats your ass again.
Yeah, honestly, that's all I can hope for.
All right, man. We'll see you guys at the end of
We'll give
season
you-
recap.
And then season recap.
Let's go. And hopefully, wait, last thing. If BGK wins this, BG thinks he has karma on his side. You might have karma against the Divers.
Yo, man, I don't put anything past him, man. Honestly,
Look, he has a good
might
team.
win. He might win.
He has a good team, right? But it's not because of karma, okay?
You lit a
we
fire
didn't-
under him. You lit a fire
Wait,
under
we
him.
didn't even go through the sanctions that the manager put on him.
I negotiated with terrorists. That was my fault, like Reggie said.
God.
He can't even make any trades.
He can't
to
make
improve his
trades.
team.
He can't make trade. Well, I mean, look, he clearly doesn't know how to improve his team with trades, right?
Well,
He's in fourth place.
it helped him beat Davis.
Yeah, so clearly he knows what he's doing. He obviously knows
He's got
what he's
us all
doing.
fooled right
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's playing us
and then
for
I find him.
idiots.
I find him $300 or $320, which is nothing.
Yeah.
now. So he has a chance in the 4th spot to
To-
win the league and probably shut it down.
He will never. I'll never play fantasy again if he wins because of what you did. You made him out to be the villain when you're actually the idiot. You know that?
So
You tell Sarah she'll text you back in 10 minutes, bro. She's literally in tennis. We're doing a podcast. This is important to us. You're hanging out with your boys, bro. Come
all
on.
right, whatever. All right, man.
With that being said, yo, T, thank you for being on. Hacks,
So it was
We
a
out.
pleasure.
it was a
We'll
pleasure.
see you guys on the season.
Later, bros.